Okay, so picking up where we left off, on the magic buttons clicked, you're going to want to pull off your player reference, get the player damages, and break it. And then you want to get the corresponding magic attack and the corresponding mana burn. So for the first one, it would be fire and mana burn 1. The second one, water and mana burn 2, and so on and so forth until you get to mana burn 5 on your 5th magic attack. And you would plug them in as I've done here. So all your damage that you're going to be doing for your fire attack, you would plug into here, and okay. And then the mana burn is going to be how much mana you use for each attack. So you would plug it in there and there. So you would see if you have enough mana and minus that amount of mana if you do have enough. Okay, and you would do that for each character. So if party member turn is equal to 2, meaning it's your first party member's turn to attack and they're doing a magic attack, then you would drag off and you would say get P1 damages, and you would drag off and break it, and you would plug in the corresponding attack. So this is for fire, then you would use fire and mana burn 1. It's just for each character. So I think you get the idea. So on number 3, if it's our second party member turn to attack, we would drag off and get P2 damages, and then we would break it and plug it into the corresponding points to check how much mana we need to use, and if we have enough, and then minus it. We would plug in the mana burns, and then for the damages we would just plug in anywhere we call the attack function. Okay, so that's how you would sort out the magic and the attack buttons. Then for our attack buttons on hovered, also you would want to break it. You don't want to split the struck pin like I've done here. This is not the best way to do it. Anyway, I'll actually fix it up right now, then you can see how I did. So if it's our turn, not any other party member's turn, we're going to drag off our player reference and say get player damages, and then we're going to break it. And for the first attack, we would get the player attack 1 damage, and then for the how much AP we're going to be using, we would plug in the first one because it's the first attack, and then the first attack description. So A1 description, I think I labeled it better when I tried to show you guys how to do this, so it'll make more sense. Anyway, so you plug those in and then you click on it, scroll down here on the section of the screen and say hide unconnected pins, and it's just going to clean up the graph a little bit. Okay, and then you do that for each and every one of these. So if it's your second turn, you drag off of your player reference again, and you'd say get P1 damages. So get P1 damages, and you would break it. And then that's the first attack, so we would plug that in. First attack's AP being used, and the first attack's description for our second character. And then you scroll down like I said and hide unconnected pins, and just clean it up. And also you want to, I don't think I actually showed you this, but you want to drag off of your damages, and you want to say times, you want to times it by a float, and you want the float you want to times it by is 100 because we're using our ratio, and then you just plug it straight into the player attack damage display. Okay, so that's how that would work. Anyway, then moving on to the third person's turn to attack. Our second party member will drag off and say get P2 damages, then we'll pull out and break it and plug in the first attack stuff for our second character. So just like that. Remember to put a times 100 float on your damages. And then you hide the unconnected pins and you would just carry on. I'm not going to do all of them now for you, but I think you get the general idea. I'll do the second one just so it becomes a little bit more cemented. So for our attack, we're going to get player damages and break it. And this is the second attack, so we'll plug that into a times 100 float, get the second AP used, and plug it into the second attack description. And then we'll hide unconnected pins, and that's how we're going to do it. And then for the next one, we would get P1 damages and break the struct, plug in our second attack info, just like that. Scroll down and hide unconnected pins. And then for our last party member, just drag out and say get P2 damages, drag off, break the struct, and plug in for the second attack info again. Just remember that times 100 float for your damage, and that's all you're going to do each and every time. So for all the attacks, and you're just going to plug in our info. This is a new way we're going to handle the info. Okay, so you're just going to keep doing that for all of them. I'm not going to do it now, I've already done it. And then our magic on Harvard, we're going to do exactly the same thing. So let's do that. You drag out, let me just get rid of this again. So for our turn, we would get player damages, we would break the struct, and it's our first magic attack, so it's fire. We plug it into the damage, so that's over here. So we do a times 100 float, and then plug it into the damage display, and then we'll use mana burn 1 because it's on with the fire attack, it works with that, and we'd also times it by 100, and then plug it into the needed mana display, and then the magic description, we would plug in our magic 1 description, so our fire description, and then you just scroll down and hide unconnected pins. I'm just going to do the first magic attack here with you guys, but I think you get the idea. You would just repeat and repeat and repeat for whichever attack you were busy doing. Anyway, so drag off your player, get P1 damages. So now we're using our first party member, and we'll break the struct, and it's for fire, so we'll get fire, plug it into the damage, the mana burn, and the magic description. And then we'll hide unconnected pins, and then we'll do the same thing for the next character. Well, not next character, for our next, the next character, I suppose. So pull down, get P2 damages, and break it, and plug it in for fire. And then for the next one, you would plug it in for water, and so on and so forth. Okay, so hide unconnected pins, and that's all that you would need to do in the battle widget to get all of our stuff displaying and working correctly, assuming you did do it on each and every button for each character. You don't have to worry about the items because we're using items globally. So yeah, that'll be alright in the battle widget. Then what you're going to want to do is go over to your party member, and you want to go to the joinable character, open him up, and we're going to drag off of my character, and where party members is less than or equal, sorry, if it's equal to naught, then we're going to drag off and we're going to say set P1 damages, and we would set P1 damages to our P1 attack damages, just like that. Okay, and then if it's equal to 1, we're going to do pretty much the same thing, but for our P2 damages. So we would say set P2 damages, but we would set it to our P2 attack damages. Okay, so compile, and that's all we're going to do. Now we'll click on our joinable character, and we can set these. So you would set everything. I'm just going to leave everything on naught, so you know it's all displaying. I'll leave this to 1, 2, 3, 4. Just so we got some sort of description. And I've got all of this in the way. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just so we know it's all working. And I'll set my party members to naught in my character. So I'll open up the party tab, go to party members, and it will be on naught. And I don't like working on this map, so I'm just going to open up another map. Bear with me. Sorry, it seems to be taking its time. Save everything. Getting there. Okay. So we've got a party member here. I think we should set his. I think we have already set his image. Okay. So let's go see if this works. Run into an enemy. And does not seem to be it is working because I already previously set these. Okay, so we're going to pick up our party member because his stats are the ones that I set to naught. So to be able to set your character stats, you would have to go to player damages, and you would set all of the attacks. So I set my player 1 attack to 0.1, my second attack to 0.4, my third to 0.5, my fourth to 0.8, my fire damage is 0.7, my water is 0.3, my ice is 0.9, my electric is 0.3, and my ground is 1. The AP used for number 1 is 1, number 2 is 3, number 3 is 4, and 4 is 6. It doesn't have to be these, I mean you can make up your own numbers. And then I just got some descriptions for the attacks and how much mana I'm using for each magic attack, and sort of descriptions for the magic attacks. Anyway, so now if we pick up a joinable character, we should have these stats, which is nothing displayed when we attack. So let's do that. We'll go pick him up. I forgot which button I used to pick him up. F, okay. And then we'll go and fight, and I'll just attack once with him. And where is our character? That's odd. Okay, so it seems we've got a bit of a problem. We do set party members to 1. He does join us. Why is he not displaying? So on our event graph, set his visibility somewhere along the line here. Oh, he's got no health, that's why. We have to set his health, I believe. His health is set. So it would set to party member 1, HP. Sorry, I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back and I think I found the problem. Hopefully I haven't fixed it yet. So anyway, inside our joinable character, when we add the character, we haven't set the new mesh. So we have to set the new mesh to this character's mesh. Rather, we'll choose it from here. Which I know it's the Immortal SK, so we'll use the Immortal SK. Okay, so we'll do that. And I think we might have to set the animation blueprint as well, but we will have a look-see. So we'll pick him up and we'll go battle, and there he is. Okay, and he's already got his animation blueprint. Now we'll see, yeah, his stuff is working. As you can see, when I hover over attack 1, it sets the info to 1 like I said it. I haven't said anything else, it's all on naught, so now you know how and where to set your information. As I said, items are global, so that's going to stay. And for your magic, it'll set everything as well. Okay. So thank you, please like and subscribe, and I'm going to try and do as much videos as I can today.